So when that's done,
So the first thing I'm going to make is a honey and cheese bruschetta. So the first thing you want to do is take a sourdough baguette and use a serrated knife to cut it into small slices. Usually I make about 9 for one pan.
and then after that, you can just go ahead and put them back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes or until all the cheese.
And then you want to put it on a already sprayed or greased baking sheet. And then you can take some olive oil and just like pour it onto the bread on both sides. Okay, and then you want your oven preheated to 350 degrees, and then you can just put these in. And then leave them in for a few minutes until they brown. Okay,
When that's done,
you can take your gorgonzola cheese or blue cheese and just place the crumbled cheese on top. And then after that, you can just go ahead and put them back in the oven for about 5 to 10 minutes or until all the cheese is melted.
you can stop it.
Okay, so it was in for about 10 minutes, and then we can just sprinkle a little bit more on. And then you're gonna go over it with some honey, and you're just gonna there you go, you're done. So now we're gonna make mac and cheese, and for this recipe you need about half a pound of elbow pasta, half a cup of thawed frozen spinach, a cup of feta cheese, half a cup of jack cheese, half a cup of pecorino cheese, half a cup of artichoke hearts, half a cup of panko, and then for the bechamel sauce you need 3 cups of milk, half a cup of butter, and half a cup of all-purpose flour, and 2 teaspoons of minced shallots again for the mac and cheese. So the first thing you want to do is start cooking your pasta. So I set a pot of water on the stove to boil, and now that it's boiling, we're going to pour our pasta into the pot. And then while that's cooking, you can mince your shallot, which I assume you do similarly to cutting an onion. So you cut it down the middle, and then you cut it in slices down the side. This is called a cross cut, I think. Okay, and then you can measure to make sure you have enough, and then just add this along with the other ingredients. So to start your bechamel sauce, you want to put all of the milk in a heavy bottomed pot on medium-low heat. and just let it cook until it's about ready to boil, 3 to 4 minutes. And then after that, you're gonna add your butter on a separate pot and allow that to melt. Once your pasta is just about al dente, you can strain it and then run it over in cold water and then strain it again. And then now, since our butter is all melted, we can add in the flour. And then you're gonna whisk for about 3 minutes, still on the heat, until it's all combined. So after about 3 minutes, you wanna take the milk, and over low heat, pour in about a cup of milk at a time and whisk. So it got very thick very quickly. And you keep pouring in the milk a little bit at a time. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh. And then you want to just keep stirring until it's all combined. Please stop. So the oven should be preheated to about 400 degrees. And then once your bechamel sauce looks like this, it should be nice and silky. You can pour in your cheese, all three, and mix. You can use a spoon. And then you should add your artichoke hearts, the spinach, and your shallots. And you just stir this all together until the cheese is about melting. Okay, looks about good. Okay, so after tasting it, it tasted a little bit bland. So I'm just adding some more jack cheese to it for a little bit more flavor and adding some salt. All right, okay, so transfer your cooked pasta into a larger bowl. And then once this is done, you can pour your sauce onto it. Oh. Okay. Now over medium-high heat, you want to stir it together. As you can see, it's pretty well mixed. So once this is done, we can come over here to our here. And we can just pour it into the pan. Oh. I'm just adding the extra sauce in the bowl that didn't come out to the top. And then you can just spread it out. And then once this is done, you can add a little bit more cheese to the top. And then you can cover it with the breadcrumbs. After you've covered it with the breadcrumbs, then you can just put it in the oven and bake for about 10 to 15 minutes, or until it becomes bubbly. Okay. Okay, so you can see that it started browning on the top. And then you can just take a big amount of it and it's ready to go. Okay, thank you. So the last thing I'm going to make is an apple cobbler. So what you need for this recipe is 3 Granny Smith apples peeled and sliced, and you can put them in an 8x8 pan that's already been greased. Then you need half a cup of flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, an egg, half a cup of melted butter, and a cup of sugar. So then after you put this in the pan, you should preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And then you can combine the flour, sugar, cinnamon, and the egg. And then you want to just mix this all together. You can pause it now. So once you've stirred it all together, it should look kind of like that. And then you can just take it and apply it over the apples. And then after that, you want to pour the butter over it. Sorry, Mr. Dickens. Yeah. And then you just bake it for 30 minutes. So once it's bubbling in the oven, then you can take it out and serve it with ice cream or some other dish. Thank you. Because I'm gonna go put some more breadcrumbs in. What? You're still videoing? I told you to stop!